Hi, and welcome back to the Trucking Scribe. It's Esther. This week on Junk Journaling with the Trucking Scribe, we are going to make slow stitch tags. We're going to only do one for a swap this time because this did take about an hour. But I'm going to go ahead and post it on Saturday so it gives you a little bit more time. Definitely let me know what you think about the slow stitch tag. And I hope you enjoyed the video. They're really easy. So this is just a piece of off here. It used to belong to my ironing board. After a while, it gave out and I just washed it and I've been using it for different things. Today I'm going to use it for one tag. This is 4 inches wide, 5 inches tall. So we have Tag Tuesday every Tuesday. And this month we're doing mushrooms, cottages. It's basically a core cottage theme. Of course, the ones I want are at the bottom. So this is a connecting threads decorative, a crossroads decorative thread. It's the size of 2 strands of 1 strand of silky 12 weight cotton petites equals 2 strands of typical embroidery floss. So this for me worked out really good because I'm not good at this. So this here is going to be my base. I'm just going to take and put pieces on here like this, maybe. And I can either sew them, leave them raw edge, or I could sew them down. I think what I'm going to do for the first one is try the raw edge and see. Slow stitching is something that you do as a relaxing, meditative kind of a project. I am working on a great big quilt. Not great big, but a throw quilt size that I'll have to get my threader out. So I'm working on a throw quilt that I've got a couple of videos on already. So you only need to do like 1 strand. I'll show you how I'm going to put this over here so maybe you can see this better. So I've got my needle pointing towards the thread, the end of the thread, the tail pointing towards the needle. I'm going to lay it like that, pick it up, hold it in between my finger, the needle and thread, 1, 2, and pull this down. I'm going to pull the needle while I'm holding that really tight. I'm just going to keep pulling and it comes out to a quilter's knot is what I was told it's called. So you can quilt these down in a running stitch, which I'm going to do right here. And I'm just using scraps that I have. You could use clothes. If you don't have fabric, you could use, for the base, you could use like an old sheet or t-shirts. I don't know about t-shirts for the back. Well, for this, you probably could because I'm going to glue it to a piece of board to make the tag shape, I think. Yeah. So I picked the wrong color for this one. What I'm going to do, I'm going to leave that in. I was thinking about this color, but I want it to contrast. So I think I'm going to put, and we're going all wild here, I know. So I am just making stitches. I'm going to do one of these as a raw edge. So I'm just, this is so small, I don't need to really pin these down. See, my stitches are crooked, it don't matter. You can do them close or further away. I'm kind of going to do mine like, I don't know. On this one, not a good distance away, maybe quarter to half an inch. And right now, I'm just sewing this down. I want the edges to, or the thread to show through. So that's why I'm going with these different colors. One of the problems with that's going to be, I've got a lot of thread on my needle, and this is a small project. And so what I could do is still go back and put stitches there. Go ahead and come over here. So you can choose to leave the raw edges on, or you can choose to cut them off when we get there. Right now, I'm just using this as a base, so I do want to leave a little bit on the edges, so if I do cut it, I don't cut through my threads that are holding it together. And this time I want to do basic stitches because I don't know a whole lot of embroidery stitches at the moment. I've done them. It's been a while. I can do the which I may do right here. The, what do you call that? Wrap it around the French knot. I know I can do that one. Let's see. Would this purple one look good there? Since I'm near pink one, I'm just going to trim it off to get some of that off of it. And if I put that right there, yeah, I like that. Bring it over just a little bit. So what I'm doing is I'm laying that over this here just a little bit, and I'm coming in, and from the bottom, and because I got this little bit left, I'm just going to do a little back stitch there and come back up. So again, I'm just stitching. I have a longer needle, and it's got a bigger eye, so you can thread easier. Although you can see I'm not having much luck with that. So I'm going to go, and you can do this one at a time just like this, because you don't have to do the running stitch. I'm going to show you the one at a time. And come back up right through there. So you can just do like this, go down and back up and down. So you can do it that way. Slow stitching is all about just relaxing, not worrying about what you're doing. Just meditative and quiet and repetitive stitches. You're not getting angry at yourself because it's crooked or that stitch is too long, whatever you might think, whatever things that you think in your head that your work is not good enough, but it is. You know, I believe God give us all different talents. I can't do some things, but I try. I try not to be too hard on myself, but there again, it's easier said than done. So right now I'm just outlining this pink shape. I still got some threads. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to go turn it this way now. I'm getting close to the end. So when you get to the end, what you want to do, if you can, I got this long needle, is I twist this like that. And then I try, and not that I'm doing it very well, I try to go in that twist in the hole. So like this, and it'll make a little knot, and I can pull it to the back. And just, you have to kind of tug at it. And what I'm going to do is just leave it back there. If it gets in the way, I'm going to, so I want some yellow on this blue down here. And this time I'm going to try not to make a great big thing. Let's see, maybe that'll be enough. I don't know. So again, I'm just going to tie a knot if I can get a hold of it. And I think I'm going to come in over here, like right there. See, just pick you a spot. And I'm going to just go in and out like I was doing a while ago. But see how it's showing up now? For this one, I'm going to follow the pattern on the fabric. So I'm going to go up and down. And while I'm here, these little spots, I do want to, so I want to go down right here. But I want to come up, well, I'm going to keep going first. I'm not going to do that one because I'm probably going to trim that edge off a little bit. I don't know yet. So what I'm going to do here is that French knot thing I was talking about a while ago. So to do a French knot, you take your thread and your needle, just like I had it a while ago, this end coming out of the fabric, you're just going to wrap it around there twice and put it down right back in where you came out, which that wasn't quite where I wanted to go, but we'll do one there. So what I was wanting to do was right here, this white. So you go in, you wrap, you thread around, and go back in that same area, and you hold this, pull this kind of tight so it will, then you got a little bitty knot. I don't know. I think the other thread that I have is a little bit thicker for the French knots. Could be just my eyes today that I'm not seeing. It just looks like it needs to be a little bigger so it'll show up. See, there I am. I'm doing the wrong thing and I'm complaining and worrying about my work. Now, gotta get on to me because I ain't supposed to be worrying about it. I'm supposed to just be sewing and enjoying the rainy day outside. It's cooler today, but it's rainy. So I'm working on my thesis for college. I'm in a master's program, and I've been doing a lot of reading and trying to figure it out. And so I need the relaxation, I tell you. It's just getting my mind around. It's all in my mind, but I guess the thing is, how do I write it? Or how do I argue it? I've been trying to watch videos on YouTube that give some help on that because I'm not right. I'm not doing it quite the right way, and I got to figure that out. But I have help, so that's good. So this little tag, I'm not sure. No, it's gonna be a fat little tag. It could be a journaling card or a tag. See how it's coming about. So I think this will be Tag Tuesday. I'm thinking this week. I have to get with Miss Paula and ask her what she thinks. She's been doing a great job with her swaps and keeping up and answering questions for you guys. I really appreciate her so much. She's made this group possible at this moment in time without me going totally crazy. And she makes some pretty stuff. So, if you got questions, definitely ask because Miss Paula, she likes to help when she can, and I help when I can. If one of us doesn't know something, maybe the other does, or we can get you in the direction of somebody that knows because we have quite a few people in our group, and I'm sure one of them would be happy to help too, answering questions. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this to the back. I'm going to tie this tight, just a little knot. And that might be the wrong thing to do, but you know what? I don't care. So what I'm doing is I got to work on my junk journal for this month in the group. I haven't done that yet. Not a lot of this. I'm picking up the wrong thing, so I'm just coming back in right there, and I could sew over the white line. I'm just decided to not sew over them, but to use them kind of as a guide. These would be cute little coasters for Christmas presents. Put some batting behind it. And you can put batting behind it if you were doing a tag, I guess. I just decided that I wasn't going to do that this time. I like the feel and the look of the batting on it because it makes me think of a quilt. So right here I'm getting close to my end. And I'm just trying to go like that. And I went over that. So far that's what we have. I'm going to go ahead and just weave this through some back here. So these are the colors I have. Some blue. I got this one. It would look good with that pink, maybe. I want it all dark, though. Here's some more pink. What do you think? So what I could have done, and I didn't, and I may do it on the next one, is we could use pinking shears and trim it up, which I can do that on this one, and we'll see how it goes. I'll give it some more texture, too. Then you don't have to worry as much about it unraveling on you either. I'm not going to do that one. I think I'm going to do that one in this color. So again, I'm going to come up kind of over here in this little corner right there. And then I'm going to take my needle and just put it in that top fabric and let it find its spot on there. Okay. And then just same thing. You can sew it up and down. You can sew it in different directions. For some reason, these lines are just making me want to follow them today. My grandson, James, he already has his blow-up skeleton and Mickey Mouse that he's putting out on the front porch. And has them blowing, you know. So they're out there flapping around. I don't think he's got them out today, though. Walked out there the other day and he had some little gnomes sitting up on the banister on the porch, and they were sitting in little bitty chairs. Something wasn't that big. I think he had a pig. Might have been Peppa Pig, but I don't remember. So, what kind of tags would you guys like to make in the future? And I'm looking definitely for a theme for October. It'd be great if you left me a note in the description or the comments below so that we can get some ideas going, because I haven't really got an idea yet other than Halloween, and that's definitely an idea, but I was trying to think more along the lines of a different theme, but I don't know. I need to post it in the group and just do ask who had some ideas. Right here, I'm just going to go and go up through here and keep my thread on long enough. See the back, it's pretty in a way. I like looking at it, especially with these different colors. I'm going to go ahead and trim that a little bit off. So now I think I want that piece right there. What color do I want? I like that green. Is this the same color green? It is. So I know this one's a Tula pink fabric. And this one is also, see the little mouse? I may have to put that one on the next one. So I'm going to take and put this right about there. And I'm going to come up over in here where I got my other stitches. What I'm going to do is just go this way. I like going different directions in here. Maybe what I will have to do is start doing, I have to get Chrissy to show me some different embroidery techniques, or I'll have to go to my favorite place, go to YouTube and find some, and we can practice on different tags and stuff. Maybe, I don't know, thinking once a week or maybe once a month, at least for the time being. So I'm going to go up here. I'm going to go ahead and trim that off. So this one, what I'm going to do, I think, is come back up right here and just go around this little heart in little stitches so it'll fit. I know, I get quiet. I'm thinking. So then I'm going to follow this little vein down of that leaf. So that's something I like to do, is follow the lines in the pattern. Trying to think of how I could do this. Let me see. So I'm going to do, I think I like a lazy daisy. I'm going to go back in there and come up right there with my thread behind the needle. So have to think about this. I'm not sure how you get the little daisy to stay. So again, I'm going in and I wonder if I just go around and kind of tack it down where I want it to be on the outside. I'll put this one over here. I'll come out over here and go under that one and see if I can get it to come out. You know, it's just experimenting. That's all it is. I know I've done some embroidery in the past, but it's been a while. So I'm going to do the same thing, is go down to the little point and come back out kind of at the corner of that heart or that leaf right there with my threads under the needle. Not too tight. Well, y'all know what? I didn't do that right. But that's okay. Well, I'm going to leave that just like it is. Let's go in that direction. So I'm coming back in this one. Get that little bit of thread out. There it is. I zoomed y'all in. I hope I'm in frame. So I'm just going in right now and I'm tacking down my little sides of my leaf, which now that I look at it over here on this other one, looks pretty good. Alright, let me get this one right here. See if I got enough thread on there. I would have if I come the right direction, wouldn't I? So another thing we can do is just go in and out. And do like a back stitch, come back where it connects to that. I'm just trying to bury it in here. It's going to be glued down when it gets done. If I wasn't working on my quilt, this would definitely be a great project. See if I still got you in focus. Okay, so I'm just doing my thread again. And I'm going to come in right here and follow this one. Let's see. I'm going to do that back stitch so you can see the texture on the spine right here. So I'm just going back to right there where I just went in, and then I'm coming out a little bit further on that spine, and it's giving it some thickness there to have the branch show up. I'm going to go in right here at the bottom of this, if I can do it right this time. Swing around, curve, go in, and then come out at the top right there. See, I was here, I swung it around, I'm going to poke it in here and come out up there with the thread behind it. I may be pulling it too tight. And then I'm just going to tack my leaves down. So I think I'm going to do one, and we'll do, because there's a lot of work to this. And maybe what I can do is that one a month that I was talking about, maybe we can do one fabric tag a month with new techniques or something. Boy, it's not so, yeah, I did do that a little tight. So you swing it around. I have to keep thinking about it. So what I'm going to do is actually sew this from the back. That way I can see where my edge is. So what I'm going to do now, so I can see where I'm going and what I got. I really don't think those are cut the same size. They might be. Let me fold it. No, they're not. So what I want to do is look at my laces, the thinner laces, maybe like this, or that. I do like the colored ones. This one's not going to be the right color, I don't think. No. So I've got lace everywhere. I'm just pulling out some that I got right here in this box. And I am looking for some laces that are thin and not real bulky. Even these little pieces like this would be good to set, to do like a added thing. See, I want to put some lace on here. Got that. Okay, I'm just trying to find the littler ones. So let's try some of these. So I have this lace that could go on something. Kind of like it right there. got some rickrack that I could put right there. Here's a little itty bitty piece that could go right there. I have this gold too. I think I'm gonna put it right there. Okay, so let me find me some thread. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna come up and down in different spots, kind of like we were doing, to tack this lace down. I don't want it tacked down a lot, but you know. And I'm just really doing great big stitches on this because I want it to be dimensional. I don't want it all just stuck down. Ow. So what I'm doing is I'm just kind of going in between. I don't know if you can see it. In between a little hole in the lace. And then just coming up somewhere else. And I'm just going to keep on going. I'm going to use this for that. See if I can get it. Now because my colors are already mixed and all, I'm not too worried about the orange with the gold. And I'm just going in, up and in at a diagonal. So I'm starting to see a little design there. So maybe I will just keep going in that direction as I go down. So some things that you can use to glue this down to are cereal boxes. Not cardboard, corrugated cardboard. We used that last week for tags. So you could use that, but I would recommend a really heavy cardstock, or like I said, cereal boxes that you got in the kitchen that you throw away from cooking supper, you know, pasta boxes and stuff like that. So as I'm sewing this, it's kind of weaving itself around and making it, deciding which way it wants to go, which is pretty cool. So I'll go in back here and make a knot. Try to. So now I want this right there. What color thread do I want? That's the thing. If I do the dark purple, it would probably show up, or I can just do the pink and see what that looks like. So I'm just basically using scraps of everything I got and sewing them on. And you do want to sew now before you sew, or before you glue on the back, because once you glue on the back, it's going to be hard to sew. So I'm going to come up right here. Let me see what I want to do with this. This one's going to be one I'm probably going to do like this, just in and out. Yeah, it's a little thicker than the other laces and stuff. So if your hands hurt like mine do sometimes, one stitch at a time. See, there I go getting quiet again. I'm just in my little zone. I would have never thought of this as being meditative, but it is. It's just, you get to thinking about just taking that one stitch, one more stitch, one more stitch. So I'm going to come up right here and go in sideways, even though. Okay, so we got that. I have more lace, but I don't want to put it up there. I really like that there, though. I want black on it. What about a little piece? I had a little piece to go down here. I think I want white if I'm going to do that. That will cover up that. What about some of this? Is that too much? I think I like that. I don't know if I'm going to have enough of that, so let me see. I want a different color. We did the orange and pink. I'm not getting an awful lot of thread for that one either because I'm just going to do that little bit. And I'm going to do it the same way. So I'm going to come in like on the corner. And then I'm going to take and come in the corner here. Somewhere, like right there. And then I'm just going to go in those little holes to sew this down. And I can see my thread, so, I mean, if it bothers you, you can change it to a off-white or something. I'm just wanting to add more decoration. So I'm going in one hole right here, and then I'm going out that next hole on the lace. You can just go in and out wherever you want. You can pick a line like this, which for me is easier. And then you can see it's giving a little bit of a pattern on there. So here I am back at the end again. I'm just going to do like a little knot, go in this hole, go back in there. Okay, so now I think I'm done with all the sewing. some board. See, that would be just the right size for our. What I want to do is go in right here. Let's see if I made that just a little bit shorter, but I didn't. So what I'm going to do is mark my, I want to cut it. Actually, I'm going to cut this way first, because you could use that little piece for something to give it sturdiness. So I want the back to have some writing. And this is just a scrap little piece of paper that I have. I want to do it the other way. No, I need a little. I'm trying to get close to those edges. I'm just going to take this and try and line it up with some of those lines to give it, just cause they will bug me if they're crooked. So I want this definitely glued down around the edges. I'm going to trim around it, because I already have a shape on my box. And I do think that I'm going to ink the edges of it on the back. Just to give it a little bit of color. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this over. I'm going to see where this fits on here. I'm a little bit long, so I will be trimming some. I'm going to use my fabric tack because it is fabric we're gluing down to, so I'm just going to try and get the edges really good. Put some in the middle. The middle's not as, I mean, you could put some. I guess if it was being used for, so what I want to do is kind of get that down there. To where it covers up those edges, but and I'm going to take and just cut this off. For this, I'm going to just glue it. Instead of cutting anything, I'm going to do like a fabric tab. I'll go on this side. I'm going to put a little bit. You know, that may be too long. Let's see, what about right in there? And just going with it. could put that up there, which I really do like that there. So here is our tag all nice and done. Make sure you let your little flower dry though. I hope that you enjoyed the video on a slow stitch fabric tag. Thank you for stopping by today. If you don't mind, hit that like button and leave me a comment. And if you're new here, it'd be great if you hit the subscribe button also. Thanks.